What is going on, my good people? This is your main man Ben here, and today, guys, we're going to share a little bit of our workflow. First off, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for the subscribers that we got, almost 600 subs. Amazing little community that we got. But the goal of this channel is to share knowledge, share good news, and some personal experiences. But today, in response to our requested viewers, how do we make our workflow in terms of audio? I'm going to share some of my workflow, the basic ones and, the little more advanced ones. So check this out. So today, guys, we're going to talk about audio. Audio is very important. For me, it's parallel. I'm going to say that. It's like parallel universe. Into the verse. I got a new background. Into the verse. Spider-Man. Amazing. But going back in there, audio is very important. It's parallel with the video. If you got an awesome video quality with some black magic camera with some awesome Zeiss lens that costs maybe $4,000, but your audio sucks, or your audio is like, the regular, not putting down the microphone that attach to the camera, but they are very, very inferior versus getting a dedicated microphone, that one or this one, and makes a lot better or more pleasing to hear. So this is what we use for our audio. Right now we are using the Sony, which is amazing camera, by the way, and we are using the Rode Micro, directly attached to the camera, plug and play. You don't have to tinker anything in the microphone. All you gotta do is set in your Sony camera the levels of your microphone. Now, technically, you don't want to go all the way to that, boost it up all the way to the most highest settings in your microphone or in your Sony. However, rule of thumb is you can just tone it down a little bit based on your preference. So there's going to be trial and error. Typically, my rule of thumb is the lowest setting, or at least 1 or 2 bars on the Sony. So that's going to be the one that's attached to the camera. So this is perfect for, vlogging, when you can just reach it like this and hey, this your boy, man. This your boy. What's happening? That's how I use it. Rode Video Micro. The second one is going to be the fantastic. Well, this is not going to be for production or vlogging or stepping out, but definitely awesome for video use. We have a little podcast that we do, and reviewing things, talking about cycling, technology, cryptocurrency, or whatever we have in our podcast, because that's what we use. Is the dynamic microphone. Dynamic microphone is amazing because it's designed for speech. For me, there's a lot of dynamic microphones, but if you're focusing on podcasts or talking, Rode PodMic is one of the best, if you ask me, since it was released last year. This year, I think this is one of the most best budget microphone that you can get if you do podcasts, gaming, anything that's related to speech, even voiceover. Given that you got the proper setup, such as the boom mic, which is, I got a couple. This one's attached directly to the table, which is a big arm. You want to get a very sturdy one. You can get away with the cheap ones. I got a couple in there that's $20. But what I learned about it is the pod mic is a bit heavy. So what you want to do is get a sturdy one to protect your investment. So I have been using this for more than a year now, and all I can say is that I found myself using this a lot. So I have sold a couple of my condenser mics just because I hate seeing devices that's not being used. So we have been, downsizing everything since the pandemic. But one of the most intricate and most awesome mic in the industry is the dynamic mic. I got one here for, on the go route for site location for podcasts. So it's nice to have a, spare mic. There's a lot of good stuff in there, good value, but depending on your budget, guys, you might want to stick with the ones that's within reach, because mics are very, very cheap and can be very, very expensive. So it can range from $20 all the way to $5,000 if you ask me. Right now we are talking on the Audio-Technica, the shotgun mic that I use for reviews, video productions outside, or occasional cinematics that involves audio. But for voiceovers, this does the job as well. So this mic directly involves on video production, such as this one. But one of the most key factors that I like is that the type of files. A lot of new users just rely on the camera, this one right here. So nothing wrong with that, but you have a little control with the onboard processing audio of the camera. So what it does is when it goes to the camera, it processes it as a MP3 file directly injected to the video, such as this one from the Rode mic. So you don't have a lot of control on MP3 files. It's still an amazing file, but the fact that it already went through the camera's processor, it's already been filtered, and you can still manipulate or post-process it accordingly, but there will be a lot of tacky places that you can miss, and there's not a whole lot of wiggle room to adjust. But a secret weapon I'm gonna tell you is owning a digital voice recorder changes everything. The fact that this device, its only job is to record audio. So there's a couple of ways to tether that one. You can probably YouTube it, but you can directly hook this up to your camera by a 3.5 millimeter jack going to the 3.5 millimeter audio jack in the camera through the Zoom, which is the output of the H6. That's a black version. And you can just sync it directly. So you have a backup in Zoom at the same time you have a final output in your camera using the Zoom's, interface. So it's very, very awesome. On top of that, number one usage of the Zoom is it can record a higher type of file for audio. So we mentioned a while ago that we use a MP3 file for the camera. The main difference for Zoom is it can record WAV file. It has a lot of different settings with different bitrate. The main chunk of that one is WAV files is lossless. It hasn't been filtered like the MP3. So if you go post-processing, if you're recording WAV files, when you export it into your DAW or digital audio workstation, you have that entire file that hasn't been filtered, which is the most important thing for the audio. Now, depending on what software you use, we use Audacity. First, Audacity is a freeware, open source, meaning it's free by the community. Engineers, programmers, they pull into community and made this Audacity software, which is amazing for, non-big production like ours, depending on what type of audio files you make. You can get away if you're an artist or, singer. You can do that. I've seen a lot of users thrive using Audacity, and it's amazing. That's what we use. I'm gonna share a little bit of our experience in the workflow in Audacity just to top this off. So what we got here, guys, is the software Audacity. Once again, this is a freeware. You can get it at audacity.com, I believe, or you can just Google it. Now, this is an amazing tool, guys. I have been using this for at least 2 years now. I was using I forgot what was the name of that one. It came with my Behringer, but that DAW right there in Behringer, it's amazing as well. But I found this as a more intricate And there's a lot of YouTube reviewers that use this. Basically, there's so much support on Audacity, given as it's a freeware. So I'm going to share you quickly how I do my audio. So first, you got to open your file. Go import your file as WAV. Let me see here. Okay, it's importing as WAV. This is the file that came out of Zoom, guys. So basically, you can see the wavelengths of the audio file. So what you want to do, we're going to play it real quick here. That way you can see the difference and judge. We're going to play it real quick, guys. That way you can see the difference. We're going to play here. We're going to play this real quick, guys. Couple of clips. That way you can hear the difference of what I'm speaking of. What is going on, guys? This is your main man, Ben here, and we are Talk Active. I work in technology field as PC Tech. So that's going to be a sample of our audio file. So basically what I do on my workflow is that whenever I have a session, I have that little blank in here, if you notice. That's what I want to use real quick, just because I want to hear the ambient noise of my surroundings. Basically, the surround noise in front, back, and side noise, it will take it. Very important step for me. I do this on top because I want to filter whatever the mic is capturing. It's going to filter it. We're going to zoom in a little bit. You can see this little wavelengths. Right, let me see here, right there. You can see these things. These are a necessary nuisance that the mic captures. So what we want to do right now is capture it before you talk. So I have a silent moment and capture all of that one. Now, as soon as I got it and I'm already happy with which one I want to put a noise profile, I'm going to capture it and drag it. I'm going to go to the noise filter, which is right here, noise reduction. And I'm going to get the get noise profile. So what it does is it copies the noise profile of this selected part of the audio file. After that, we're going to select all. We go to the effect, noise reduction. So this is quite tricky, guys. There's a lot of ways to do this, but it's going to be a trial and error on your base. So you're going to check how much you have sensitivity with your voice, with your environment, and with the mic profile that you got, basically your mic and your voice tonality. So you're going to be playing noise reduction, sensitivity, frequency smoothing, and bands. Now, these are, I believe, the ones that came out with the software in hopes of just for demonstration. This is the one that we're going to use. We already took the noise profile, we got it in and selected it. Now it's time for it to denoise it. So what it does basically is the entire file is being applied a noise reduction software that filters the noise that the profile already been selected. So whatever you hear on that profile that we selected, it takes it out according to the settings that you have set preferably. And after we have checked that out, guys, this profile right here has already been changed. The noise level has been put down a little bit, and we're going to sound check that in a bit. Also, on top of that, noise reduction, I go in tandem with that one, noise reduction and noise gate. Now, these noise gate right here is based on what I use in my voice. So these are the frequencies, the level reductions, gate threshold, and attack and decay, depending on your settings once again. But for demonstration, this is what we're going to use. We're going to click OK. So basically what noise gate is that when you speak, if you're not speaking, it will cap it off in the background. That way you don't hear any of that or additional sound in the background. Very important for podcasting or talking. Now let's give it a try. What is going on, guys? This is your main man Ben here, and we are Talk Active. I work in technology field as PC technician, administrator. On top of that, guys, you want to have a headphone monitor. Very important. Aside from reading the levels from your microphone or your digital voice recorder, it's amazing if you can hear it, because this is like the live version, and you have a better understanding and sensitivity outcome of what's going to be the end product of your audio. Take advantage of the headphones feature in your DVR because it's an amazing feature. So overall, what you want to do in the noise reduction feature is it's very important for my workflow to get that on top before I go editing or post-processing the rest, because the noise level can be very, very annoying or very, very disturbing that it's not pleasant to hear. So that is one of our workflow in audio. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, click that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching, guys.